What's up, you guys, and welcome back to another video. My name is Alex Travasio. I'm a travel photographer and model. So for today's video, you guys, I'm going to be showing you 5 things to do at Hot Springs National Park, and this is located in Arkansas, you guys. So I was here last year. I just never got to release the footage on my trip here, but I thought now would be the perfect time to do so. So here we go, you guys. We're going to get started with number 1. It's going to be Lake Catherine State Park, and this place, you guys, was not too far from the campground. One thing I do want to say is all these places are like in a circle kind of around the Hot Springs National Park area. For those of you who don't know, the Hot Springs are, the national park is actually located in downtown. So, but you guys, this hike was nice. I did run into 2 hot shirtless men as I was hiking. So I was just like, okay, you know. But anyway, you guys, the views are incredible here. I wasn't really expecting much here, but I actually was kind of surprised. It's really beautiful. It kind of reminds me of certain areas in southern Illinois, to where it's really like rocky, really hilly. As you see, there's just, you're like, right now I'm basically walking in a slant up a hill, and you're basically going towards like the waterfall. And you guys, again, like I said, it is very quiet. Like, I was actually expecting more people than there was here. Like I said, like I showed you earlier, there was 2 guys walking ahead of me, and they were ahead of me the whole entire time I was walking on a trail, which was fine. But just to tell you that there was barely any people there. There was more people when I was leaving, but the whole walk, you guys, you're walking in the woods, and then to your left, you get the lake. So that's Lake Catherine. And I just, you know, this kind of was a little jam too, because like I said, I wasn't sure what to expect. Never been here. I didn't know that you were gonna just be kind of on your own. You know, it felt really desolate. You know, so I was just like, okay, there was a time where I stopped and took some photos, so I didn't see those guys anymore, and it was just me and nature. And like I said, you guys, the whole time you're walking right along the lake, so that's a pretty nice view. It's very quiet too. So, and you guys, I wanted to show you the waterfall. So this is the waterfall, and no, it is not a huge roaring waterfall, but right now, I think around this time last year, it was dry more than usual. So usually it's deeper and more water than this, but I wanted to show you here several views of the waterfall, and you can hike up along the top part of it. You can also just hike around the waterfall as well. And one thing I will say is I actually got some photos, so you guys make sure to follow me on Instagram. But I actually almost slipped. So I was basically posing to the right of that waterfall, like on the rock, like ledge, like perched up on the rock ledge, and like kind of like how that kid was back there, but way towards the right. And it was just really slippery, and I quickly was like, okay, this is dangerous. So but as you see, you guys, it's a beautiful place. I can imagine how it looks when it's like filled with water and has tons more water running, and it's a lot deeper, right? But the water is really clear, as you can see, really clear. You can see the pebbles and the rocks, so that was really nice. And I really wanted to show you, I really wanted to let you guys hear like the noise, the background noise here, but there was quite a few people arriving. There was a family there to my left behind that rock. So they were with their kids just hanging out. So, you know, I didn't want to record anybody, obviously. And, you know, I always like to be cautious with stuff like that. So, but just beautiful, you guys. Like I said, the walk is just, I don't know, amazing. The trail's amazing. It was just a nice little gem. So that's why I decided to start off this tour, you know, of Hot Springs National Park with Lake Catherine State Park, because in my opinion, it's just, you have to visit, you guys. Like, it's just beautiful. There is other state parks, but not any other state park like this one. I didn't do too much research because at the time I didn't have enough time to do all of that, and I kind of took the trip at the last minute last year. And like I said, you guys, this was last year around like early October. So I imagine by now it's probably, you know, less foliage on trees and stuff like that. So, and once again, you guys, the views here are incredible. The lake is just like wide open. It was just really beautiful. Like it was really clean too. So that's one thing I do remember about Lake Catherine. And just very clean, very quiet. The sky just kind of seemed to be just open, like really, really wide and just open. As you can see here, it's just like the lake pretty much circles right along the trail. And this day it was fairly clear and sunny, so it was just like the clouds were just like, I don't know, like reflecting off of the water. And I found this really cool spot here, you guys. I wish I would have gotten more photos here, but this was so beautiful. Like imagine just sitting here and then just hanging out, just looking at that. So really beautiful, you guys. I highly recommend Lake Catherine State Park. So you guys, for the next place, for number 2 on this list, we're gonna check out Garvin Woodlands Garden. That's a lot to say, I know. But one thing, you guys, is they really go crazy here. Like, look at those mums. They went all out with the mums. Canna lilies everywhere. More mums all over the place. Like, this place is so, so, so beautiful. Like, I read online too that people book, weddings and stuff like that. Anything really, right? I mean, look at these gardens. They're just immaculate, very pretty, and there's a lot of structures as well. So that's one thing I that was interesting. I've never seen that anywhere else, not even in St. Louis or anything. You're walking along the gardens and there's just nothing but places to look at, things to see. There was this huge tower here, which I forgot the name of it, but I was told the name of it, but I forgot now. But it's basically, I want to say, I thought it was some type of clock, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what it is. It's like I don't know. I might be something about like a chapel or rock or a clock type of thing. I don't know, you guys, but I was obsessed with this structure because look how like just beautiful. It's just like, I don't know. There's something about structures like that, and it was just like perfect too. Like very, very well constructed, very clean, as you can see. So I thought I'd just show you guys this. And one of the things I will say, you guys, at this Garvin Woodlands Garden is it does get busy. So I had to really find time to do all this, and really, like, basically I had to wait for people to get their photography in and then go in and get some photos too. You guys, and one thing I forgot to mention was when I was standing here, I forgot to get this on video. I didn't get it on video, but I was standing here and then some bell went off and it was really, really loud, like a church bell type of deal, type of sound. And you guys, I jumped, so I just thought that was funny. I was like, well, that's what I get for just standing there. I don't know. I feel like a worker set that off because they seen me go there and they were like, hey, let me scare this guy. And then you guys, like I said, this was around October, so I went back to my KOA, just hung out, had a big fire, just did my own thing. It was cool because I usually, when I go KOA camping, I meet new people, new neighbors. And then I met this lady that she saw me taking photos and I told her I'm a photographer. So she's like, oh, let me follow you on Instagram. So anyway, for the next morning, you guys, we're going to be checking out the Bathhouse Row. And this is in downtown, you guys. So this is the third stop in our visit here in Hot Springs. And this walk was really beautiful. So this was walking from the parking area, and there is parking. You just have to, look. But that's one thing that I did notice, that it wasn't really easy to find it, but I didn't take half an hour finding parking. So, and you guys, another tip I'll give you here, if you visit, try to go in the morning, because obviously it does get very packed, very touristy, very, very quickly. So I just want to say that this was like in the morning, in the late morning, but it was like I made an effort to get up early, because again, I didn't want to lose out on experiencing this. And like I said, there was already people just kind of arriving and stuff like that. So, it was important for me to get here when there was nobody here, so I can get these type of shots, all this videography and photography and stuff like that. And you guys, so one thing I want to say is this water comes out of here, this area specifically here. I think it's 143 degrees, if I'm not mistaken. So that is super, super hot, you guys. You could probably technically like make some coffee with that water. Well, I don't know if I wouldn't drink it, maybe, but it is really hot, you guys. So as you can see, the steam is coming up, so, and you guys, I did touch it. you are able to touch it, but obviously you can't submerge your whole body or parts of your body in there for a long time because you can get burns. So, but I did put my fingers in, and it wasn't like boiling water, but it was like you know it was like warm water mixed with like boiling water. I don't know. It's just like really, really. It's like hot tub water basically, but hotter. So and more intense. And just standing here, you guys. One thing I want to say is standing here, you can get the steam vapor on your face. So that was just really kind of cool and interesting. And you can sitting down here, even like here, how I was sitting down, you can feel the heat on the rock. That's because the water is that hot and it just heats up the rock all around. So but I wanted to show you here some photos, you guys. So this is beautiful, beautiful little waterfall area here, pool of water. And, they really just, I love how they do this. They just keep it wide and open so people can see, how the water comes straight from the earth. And you can see the water comes from like just back there. And the water, okay, so the water coming from down, that's I forgot how long it travels, but it travels quite a bit. So that's why when it comes back to the surface, it's not as hot. But yes, it does. The water comes up at 143 degrees. And this is a view of just like the downtown area, guys. So again, you're straight up in downtown area. So you guys, all right, guys. And the next place we're going to be checking out is Quapaw Bathhouse. And this is in the Bathhouse Row. And there's several of them, but this is just one of them, you guys. I believe there's 3 or 4 that are operating. And I will say, you guys, is I came here back in 2021. So yes, of course, they were making us wear the masks. And I know I said it was last year, but I got confused. So it was the year before that I came here. And you guys, it was very clean, very nice. It's fairly easy to check in and all of that. You did have to make an appointment. If you don't make an appointment, then you just have to stand in line and wait a long time. So it's best to make an appointment. So you go through the shower house, you guys. They advise you to take a shower first, obviously, right? Clean up. And then, you guys, the water is just so, oh my gosh, like I can't even tell you guys. It was so beautiful, relaxing. Just, you felt like you were at like a honeymoon getaway, And the thing about this bathhouse is what I love the most is that they only allow a certain amount of people in here. So you're not crowded. You're not bumping into people. It was just me at this whole entire pool. And you guys, there's actually 4 pools, and we'll get to that a little bit later here in the video. So I just really I've never experienced anything like this. The water was so warm. There's 4 different temperatures that these pools have. And this one was the coolest temperature. So this was only like 90. I believe it was like 95. Okay. 95 degrees, which is very, very nice. Just, you can obviously just swim in it, go underwater and be fine. It was not even that warm. So that's what I was doing, you guys, just enjoying myself. And like I said, you guys, I highly recommend this bathhouse specifically. There are other bathhouses where you can actually pay a little bit more and you have like a more of an intimate private experience. So depending on how this video does, you guys, and how well you guys like it, I can come back and do a second part and try a different bathhouse, maybe 2 bathhouses, maybe even, But yeah, you guys, and then one of them I did want to check out real quick. I want to tell you about is one of them is like a really old school. It's like very conventional. It's like how it was back in the 40s, like the style of the tubs and everything. So just interesting. But like I said, this one is the one that I wanted to check out specifically. So, and it was just very enjoyable, a very nice experience. One thing I do want to say real quick before I forget is they don't allow you to do what I was like basically doing right here. Well, I mean, this was borderline, like they were just kind of already like looking at me. And basically what they told me after this is they're like, oh, you're not allowed to record because, well, especially other people, right? But I wasn't doing that. I was just kidding myself. But they had told me, they're like, hey, just try not to do that because like the point of a bathhouse, you guys, is like they want people, let me just say, it is a clothed bathhouse. I should have said that since the beginning. It is a clothed bathhouse. There is no clothing option. You have to wear a bathing suit. and they are a little strict on the type of bathing suits they allow you to wear, stuff like that. As far as women, they don't want you walking around in a G-string and showing them cheeks. You know what I'm saying? They don't want that. So again, you guys have to be really careful with showing these photos, because I couldn't get anyone in the shot. So that's why I basically just quickly panned or barely got anybody, because I was told like, hey, you're not allowed to do that, So again, to protect the privacy of other people, you don't want to go to a place like this and then be recorded by other people. Like, you go there to relax, right? So not to be recorded without your knowledge. So that's why they do that, you guys. And you guys, as you can tell, I don't know if you can tell in my face, but I just felt so refreshed. I looked tired. I know I definitely looked tired because I didn't get much sleep these 2 nights that I was here in Hot Springs, because I was just going to sleep late, waking up early. And what amps me up when I'm traveling is just the fact, like, seeing new places and what's there to see next. So a lot of times I don't actually get all the sleep that I should be getting. So you guys, that is it for Quapaw Bath and Spa. And like I said, it is best to make an appointment or get there early, because if you don't do that, you guys, you're going to be sitting there standing in line forever, and you're just not going to have a good time. Trust me, when I left, there was a line of people, at least like 40 people, 50 people waiting in line. So I'm glad I got out of there in time. So, and you guys, the next place we're going to visit is a Perior Bathhouse Brewery. And this brewery, you guys, you would think it's just like a bar, but no, it's actually a restaurant. Okay. And one thing I did find weird is that you had to scan the QR code to pull up the menu, which I low-key didn't like that, because I was like, okay, why can't I just get a physical menu? Like, what's the deal? So anyway, this was the online menu. Okay. They have a lot of stuff, sandwiches, this and that. And you guys, one thing I do want to tell you, as I came here specifically because they have a beer tasting kit. And this is when I was receiving that from the waiter. And I was just basically like, I'm not a beer drinker, you guys, but again, here you have 4 different types of beer, and the water is actually made from hot springs water. So that's why I wanted to try this beer, because it's like, how cool is that, right? And the other thing I want to say, you guys, is this brewery, this restaurant here, you can actually buy beer and then just like take it to go. So I thought that was just amazing. I just never been, like, there's not many places that do that, right? Obviously. So that was just really cool. And I liked like half of them. I didn't really like the other 2. I forgot what the flavors were, but one of them was like a mango, and I just don't like anything like that. So anyway, and you guys, I had a gyro. I think it was a chicken gyro sandwich, and then I had some French fries, and everything was so good, you guys. Even the cost wasn't bad for being here at the national park. And like I said, you guys, this is the actual Hot Springs National Park. Like what you see, these row of bathhouses here, this is the Hot Springs National Park. And that's why I say that it's funny, because I've never been to a national park that is located in downtown. So, and here, you guys, we're going to go ahead and take a walk. I wanted to show you the Bathhouse Row, just exactly how you would see it and experience it for yourself. So here we have several different bathhouses. And like I said, you guys, the interesting thing about some of these bathhouses is some of them, like this one, I believe, I don't think they actually have anything operating, but they do have, you can stay there. So you can stay there. And then in your stay, I believe in your room or like in a suite, they would have a place for like a pool, I guess, right? Or something like that. I could be mistaken again. I did do my research when I came here, and it's just been a little while. Like I said, it's been 2 years. I thought this was last year, but this was back in 2021. So this is called the Hale Bathhouse. And again, you guys, a lot of these have been here since the 1930s. This is not the oldest one. I believe the oldest bathhouse is probably like in the late 1800s, if I'm not mistaken. And it's just, that's just the other thing, you guys, is this national park here, Hot Springs, it has a lot of history to it. A lot of history. And that's why they call it Bathhouse Row, because you just walk along that block. And then they also have plaques that give you information about the bathhouse, when it was built, what the bathhouse is used for. Again, a lot of these places are just used for like as a like kind of lodging, hotel for your stay. Not all of them are operating bathhouses anymore. So that's one thing I do want to make clear. So don't think you can come here and just have like 10 different bathhouses to check out, because it's not like that. This is the Maurice Baths. And and like I said, you guys, the one that I went to, I believe, was the one that was the most public. So you go and you share the pools with other people and stuff like that. So and one thing about these, you guys, is them being so old. Just the history here. Again, these buildings have been here for a long time. And one thing I do want to say is this area is just so beautiful. Very well maintained, obviously, for being a national park. And of course, I had to get a photo by the Hot Springs National Park sign, you guys. And again, it was just a very beautiful experience here, visiting all the bathhouses and Bathhouse Row. And I wouldn't ever forget this moment, because I've never experienced anything like this, you guys. And Hot Springs National Park is truly just a gem of its own, and I highly recommend for you guys to visit one day. And you guys, so that is it for that trip for the Hot Springs National Park, the Bathhouse Row. But you guys, I want to take you back to the Garvin Woodlands garden for a second part here. And this was the second part of the garden, like a bigger area of it. And I saw this peacock and I was waiting for it to like spread its tail or whatever, but it didn't do it. So I was just like, okay, that's fine. And I did keep a distance. So, I was a little nervous because those things were big, you guys. I've never seen one up close in person. So, and you guys, the views here are amazing. The gardens are so beautiful. Like, you can tell it's a lot of money and work and effort put into the gardens here. And this is one of I think they call it a chapel of some sort. And you guys, this place was so beautiful. It's hard to even show you like in photos because it just doesn't do you any justice, but the inside is like straight up like a chapel, like a kind of like a church. I guess, a chapel would be that, right? So you guys, like I said, I want to show you the design. Look at the intricate design. I mean, that is just so crazy. Like, I don't know, like the architect or whoever was the architect for this was like, they must be millionaires or billionaires, because look at this, you guys. Look how beautiful, like well thought of. Everything is just immaculate, very just well placed. And then, like I said, the gardens are just so beautiful. There's a little river or creek running along, and then you can just hear the running water. And I wanted to show you here on the grounds, they do have like little setups and points to where you can go and take photos. So I thought that was really, really special, and like I said, you guys, it's literally like a botanical gardens that you're walking through, and you just see plants, flowers, bridges, paths, just all sorts of stuff. As you can see here, I mean, look how, like, this is a lot of money put into this, you guys. You can just see it. It's like a whole majestic type of little park here, and I've never seen anything like this. And that's why I say that, I was wowed by this garden. And still to this day, I look at these photos and this footage and I'm like, wow, like, I cannot wait to go back. Seriously, I can't wait to go back. And I can only imagine how this place looks for like in the wintertime, I don't know if they do anything for the wintertime as far as lighting it up, but I can tell that if they do, it's probably the most beautiful place in Hot Springs. So, and I came across this dragon that they were setting up. They were just setting this thing up. It looks like they were just finishing up the setup. So I wanted to show you some photos, and then one of the workers let me take photos. So kudos to him for that. And you guys, the next place I want to show you here in this same park is called, I think it's called a tree house. If I'm not mistaken, I may have that name wrong. But look at this, you guys. It's literally like a giant tree house, and it's like very modernized, but there's lookouts all over the place, and you're very high up there. So as you can tell here, you just look everywhere and there's nothing but gardens, woods. And I want to show you this view specifically to tell you, or to show you how tall and how high you are up there. So like you're literally reaching the top of the trees even. So it was just a really beautiful experience, you guys. Again, one thing I want to say, again, reminder, is get here early. because you guys, like I said, it gets really busy, really packed up. When I was leaving, there was tons of families and kids running everywhere, and I was just like, oh my gosh. And it started raining, so I left just in time. And you guys, I wanted to show you this water drink point here, and it's basically you can fill up your water bottles or just drink straight out of the spigot if you want. All right, you guys, and the last place I want to show you is Mountain Tower, and this is right outside the Bathhouse Row area. It wasn't too far from it, just like I think it was like 10 minutes, maybe 8 minutes away driving. So you guys, I wanted to show you the points here. So at this tower you get north, south, east, and west, and this is a north view. So this is looking out north, you guys, and I found this really special because it's like, you know, you're looking at different points of this spot, and you're up high, so there's mountains in the distance. And you guys, I never knew Arkansas had like legit mountains, you know, in the distance like this. So it's just really beautiful to see. And this was south, you guys, so that was north, this is south. This is the southern view here. So, you know, not a whole lot to see there, unfortunately. But and then the east view, you guys, was the east and west views are one of the best views in my opinion on this tower, because look at that. Like, I wanted to show you next in this next clip in more in detail. And this was through the wire you see here, and I was really scared to do this, but I stuck my phone through the wire, and I wanted to show you guys this view. But here, you guys, look at this, look at that, like mountains, and you have the smoky, you know, the fog from the mountains, and it was just, I've never seen anything like that. And you guys, this is the west side view, and the west was the best view of them all. Again, I cannot wait to come back here, and I'm sure there's trails up there in that mountain. But you guys, that is just crazy. Look at that view. Like, it was like a little slice of paradise, you know. And like I said, you guys, this is the tower. So you don't think you're very high up there, but you are. Once you get up there, you can see like I showed you, you can see everything. So it was just so beautiful, you guys. I'll never forget that moment and that experience. So that is it for today's video, you guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I wanted to show you a little bit around the KOA I was staying at. It was fairly nice, you know. They had a little pond and stuff like that. It was cute, you know. Everyone was nice, welcoming, respectful, all of that. So I really did enjoy my experience here, you guys, at Hot Springs National Park. So that is it for today's video, you guys. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for all the new subscribers, you guys. And if you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel. I have more videos coming your way. I have a spicy noodle challenge video coming your way, so you guys stay tuned for that. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.